It is a good morning. So it's 2 a.m. here, but I wanted to real quick record this recap video of yesterday's trading because I made a quick community post, but I wanted to fully document my journey because if I'm gonna just be lazy on max loss days, this is not gonna work. A community post is not enough. I want to know my full mistakes and lessons that I'm going to learn. So I'm going to go through that real quick in this video. And thank you to a Trader Diary and Asian Baby Trader for the support and the nice words in the comments. I'm following you guys just as much as you're following me, and I'm hoping that you're doing well. So with that being said, let's real quick see what I was doing today, what I was thinking, and where I went wrong. So TopStep did clear my executions from yesterday, but I have some screenshots of those executions, so you'll be seeing what happened with that as well. So today we had CPI. So first it went down and then it went up. Prior to CPI, I had those marked out with this fair value gap as well. And I had this fair value gap up here. So these lows got cleared. It wicked all the way down here, setting up these nice equal lows. And then it pumped up to this fair value gap and this held. So my analysis was from this fair value gap, I want to see at least this first low being hit. But because this second one is really close, I had this one marked out, and that's exactly where it went. So once again, we have a case of my analysis being pretty good, but then my executions being pretty bad. On the 1 minute chart, we had the 15-minute fair value gap holding, but there was no fair value gap here yet. The first fair value gap was this one, but it was pretty large. And then we had some more fair value gaps, like right here. But this one, there was a body that closed outside it. And we had this one right here, which got held, but ultimately it came back up here at 9:30 before selling off. So this whole move was 200 points, which is a much larger range than I'm used to trading. So that's the first thing that went wrong. I should have definitely scaled down my contracts. I was trading one contract today, as usual. You know, sometimes I trade two, but I should have definitely scaled down to micros for today's day because this was a humongous range. Let's look at my entries. So my entries were basically all trying to catch this move to the downside, but at no point did I manage to actually stay in a trade and capture a significant part of this move. I think I had like 10 entries and all of them got stopped out. So my entries were pretty bad. So the reason my trades were bad is because I was trying to sell in this initial leg of the sell-off, which was giving clear signs of slow movement. And I should have anticipated, since we were coming up on 9:30, that there would be a Judas swing, bringing this price back up into premium. But price usually does not just move quickly down in a straight line from here all the way down to here. It will have some kind of significant retracement, allowing for people to enter short. And as you can see, my entries were before that. And then when it pumped up here, I was trying to see if it wouldn't take this high before selling off. So since it didn't, I wasn't ready to short it until it went under this fair value gap. In hindsight, obviously this is not very good. We had this fair value gap, which was very obvious. So once I saw it go up here, I should have been ready to sell, but I had just taken so many stop losses that I was just getting a little bit impatient, nervous, and I thought I'm going to chill out for a little bit. And then it made a massive 80-point move. So from here to here is 80 points, which is where my next entries were. But yeah, so at this point I was just chasing price. Here I was chasing price on the first swing down. It was moving slowly, and there were not a lot of signs of it going down fast. And then it made a Judas swing back into premium, and here I should have been ready to sell. And honestly, I have no idea why I did not sell this. My analysis was saying it would go short. I was waiting for it to come back up into premium so that I could go short, but it just moved really quickly, and these were some wide fair value gaps. So if you look at this, these fair value gaps were like 10 to 20 points on the 5 second chart, which is larger than I'm comfortable with, which is why I'm saying that my biggest mistake today was just not scaling down, because when you over leverage, your whole mindset just changes completely, and your confidence changes, and you're focusing more on the losses and the potential losses than you are on the chart analysis. That's the reason a lot of people can make money on demo but not live, because they care about the money too much. But today I was just over leveraged, and I only realized afterwards that that was because it was a massive day, a massive move, because I was trading the same contract size that I usually trade. So yeah, I lost $1,200 today, which is somehow more than the max loss. And we have $600 left in the account to try and recover it. On previous accounts, I would just give up at this point, but I'm going to try and challenge myself this time. I'm going to scale down, I'm going to trade micros, and I'm going to see if I can't recover this account, because by giving up with this much drawdown, I'm basically saying that I have to always be perfect. They give you 2,000 drawdown, right? Not 1,000, so I still have a chance. And I think it's best for me to take that chance. I have 8 days until rebill, so I have a few days to try and see if I can't get the balance back up. So I'll be happy if on the rebill date I can have above 1.5k. So I also incorporated dollar in my analysis today. Overall, I'm bearish on dollar. However, today we had these equal lows over here and a fair value gap on a higher time frame over here. And once I saw this first fair value gap being held after CPI, I thought, okay, this is going to go up today because we cleared all of these lows, and then this consecutive one also held. So then we did have a nice rally in dollar, which supported the sell-off that I was expecting in Nasdaq. And I am overall bullish on Nasdaq and bearish on dollar, but for this particular morning, there were just equal highs and fair value gaps aligning, which resulted in this drop off. So then later in the day, there were other moves, of course, but I had already hit max loss, so I could not have participated in those. We had a 1 hour fair value gap. Nope. We had a 4 hour fair value gap over here, and a 1 hour fair value gap over here, and a 15-minute fair value gap over here, which was my ultimate target, and that did get hit, I think, basically pretty much exactly at 4 o'clock. Yep, so exactly at 4 o'clock, the final target got hit, so that's pretty nice to see. And if I was trading this, I would probably be looking at this fair value gap over here, because the first swing up, we held this fair value gap, and then we swung down here and we held this on the 15-minute. So on the 15-minute, we held this fair value gap. So once this 15-minute fair value gap holds, there's a big displacement to the buy side, but if you wanted to enter here, you'd have to put your stop loss all the way under here. So I would probably be waiting for this smaller fair value gap right here. So once this holds and more fair value gaps are created, I would be targeting this buy side and ultimately the 15-minute fair value gap up here. But yeah, so overall, I got my energy back. I was feeling pretty sad today after taking those massive losses, because I really felt that it was unnecessary. But we're going to come back stronger. I have returned my energy. I talked to some friends. I talked to some people in Discord. I got some nice comments on my community post. So we're going to go account recovery mode. We're going to trade micros, and we're going to see if we can make it work. I think I'm going to be quite proud of myself if I can make that work. Not expecting too much. We can always try a new account. but I think it'll be good for my confidence and also my development. And you know, instead of just gambling the 600 and not giving it a shot, we're gonna see if we can't extract some extra value, even if it's just learning a few more lessons. Instead of taking one stop loss, we're gonna see if we can take, you know, five or something like that. 10. So yeah, stay tuned for that the coming days. I do have to stay on schedule because the rebill is soon, and if I'm gonna have like not enough drawdown on the rebuild date, I think I'm just gonna cancel the account and get a new one, even though it is technically in profit. $600 is like one winning trade for me. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that. But I shouldn't be too discouraged because yes, my entries were bad, but that was avoidable if I was just more patient. My overall analysis was correct. And yeah, my biggest mistake was probably not scaling down on a day like this because this was moving really quickly. And yeah, I just stacked up a bunch of losses, which were bigger than usual, because I didn't realize on time that I had to reduce my risk and trade micros. Like usually I would be trading like a 50-point range, but this was almost 200 points. So yeah, I definitely could have scaled down. And I think that's everything that I wanted to say for this video. So I'll see you guys soon.